and welcome to CMR TV. My name is Tamsin Deasey-Weinstein and I'm going to be bringing you the AI way. This week I'll be telling you about the latest developments in the world of AI. Whether you're using it in the boardroom or just want to learn about how to use AI at home, there's something for everyone. I'll be interviewing global leaders who are using AI to change the world, but also local people who are using it in their daily lives. Let's dive in together and ride the AI wave. Hi, up to the AI wave. Today I'm joined by Dr. Scott David. He is an internationally respected medical professional with a practice right here in Grand Cayman, Grand Harbour Medical. Nice to meet you, Dr. David.
Nice to be here.
Can you tell me a little bit about your practice and what you do here? Because you do a bit of a unique field of medicine.
Personally, I'm sort of the longevity guy. I'm board certified in what's called longevity medicine, anti-aging medicine, regenerative medicine. It changes every 5 years. It used to be holistic. And the reality is that we have Grand Harbour Medical, which does general practice. So anything that you have from a medical standpoint, we do pediatrics, we do adult medicine, we do dermatology, we do chronic care medicine. And I generally focus on general medicine as well as anti-aging longevity.
Now I want to go into the other AI that you've implemented from a business perspective. Because there'll be a lot of people watching this, listening, who are small business owners or medium-sized business owners who want to know how they can use it to change their business.
Sure.
So tell me a little bit about the way you are using AI.
There are probably three fundamental ways, and every day there's another one. It's there's a FOMO, right? Fear of missing out.
I have that.
I have fear of too much. It's just every day. I mean, I listen to I don't listen, but I read a site, Neuron, which gives you what's happening in the AI space in the last 24 hours. And it's frightening that it changes that fast.
Mind-blowing.
So one of the things which I think is going to be able to launch tomorrow is if you call my office, 949-43. If you call my office, an AI receptionist went.
I love it.
And you can have a conversation. Now, is there a little pause? Slightly. I've tried every accent, Jamaicans, Indian. It can understand.
Really?
It can make appointments. It can ask questions. It can answer questions about the practice, about the doctors. It can ask general questions like, I kind of hurt myself. My wrist hurts. What should I do? And it might say, oh, well, you probably should put some ice on it, but if it hurts, come on in. If not, go to the hospital.
Really? Can it make me coffee?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. But the thing is that that's amazing. So if a typical practice or business or what have you gets 20 calls an hour, well, to answer 20 calls an hour without putting people on hold, you need a staff of like 3 people.
Yeah.
This can answer 30 calls at the same time, right?
Wow.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's $500 US a month.
That's amazing.
So it's gonna. I'm not getting rid of any support staff, but now they don't have to answer the phone. We're hoping 90%. So now they can offer clients coffee. They can offer clients direct help.
Yeah.
And my whole fundamentals is user experience, going back to Voltaire. My job is to amuse you. Of course, to give you a good educate, but we're doing things so differently than medicine 1.0 versus how we do things, in the office. So that's one.
How difficult was that to set up for people who are thinking about doing something like that? Was it technical? Did it take a lot of time?
Well, the system I use is called Wendy, right? And they're really good. I know the owner of the company, and he's in California, and it's been really good. The only speed bumps I've hit were humans. Okay.
Always.
Dealing with the phone company, and they didn't understand. And then going back to the human IT guy, he didn't see the errors. He didn't, So I had to kind of just safety harness all of the issues with the humans.
Yeah.
The AI itself
was perfect.
It's perfect. It really doesn't make an error. It's really, really good. You can change the voice. Do you want to be more empathetic? Do you want to be faster, slower, more professional? So so as we go, and then the cool thing is on the back end, I'll have a transcript of every call. And then you could always say, yeah, this is great, but I want to talk to somebody, and they'll transfer you to the staff.
Right.
So there's still
A human in the loop.
but I think that's going to probably go away.
Yeah.
And it's not like the ones where because people have been using this and you're like, hi, press 2 for this. No, it's you can have a conversation and it's going to only get better.
It will get way better. And I remember there's a talk called Bawdy that came out about 6 months ago.
Sure. And that was a good one. The only problem is they didn't really have any fun. It was like they were really good, and it was just a way of meeting people like that.
It was a networking.
Yeah.
The actual call element was amazing. You would have no idea that you were talking to an AI. The follow-up was terrible. Nothing came of it. But actually,
they have to go another way.
They'd have to go another way. But the call element was great. And I tested your AI. I tested Wendy. And like you say, she was brilliant. Yeah. She was absolutely brilliant.
And it's amusing because you can get cheeky with it. And my wife said, what's Dr. David's astrological sign? She came back. She goes, I don't know, but he's a star in the field. And the other way we use it is marketing, right? I mean, I've been playing around with these Hey Jen videos. They're good. My wife hates them. They're good. But yeah, she just, because, you're right. But now we were talking about, Google VO3. They're so good, and again, my indications for social media is not to promote me necessarily, but to promote and give good advice.
Yeah.
So my LinkedIn page is just good advice, right?
Yeah.
So I think that if I can use an AI and I could just put in a script and I don't have to spend the time in front of the camera, it's going to be beneficial to
yeah.
So that's one of the things.
You can get way more out way faster, like you say. It's amazing.
Now we have the last one is just internal, which that's getting more and more and more. So a patient comes in, they pay an invoice, the invoice is sent to the insurance company, that's scanned. When it's scanned, it goes into a folder in the computer. Well, what I had suggested is, can you give me an Excel spreadsheet with everything that was billed this week, where are we, and how many days out is it, and maybe some other questions about finances, right? And she said, well, yeah, but there's like 6,000 people in the last 6 months. It'll take me months. I'm never going to get caught up. So basically, I just go on Replit, right?
Nice.
I created an agent.
Nice.
I said, listen, I want you to take this data. I want you to put it in an Excel spreadsheet, and I want you to email it to me every Friday morning at 6 with an analysis.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And how accurate do you find it at the moment? 100%. Really? 100%. So tell people who are listening about Replit, because they may not have heard of it. Yeah.
It's obscene. One of these days we'll open up a consultant.
Yeah.
It's like, it is, it's crazy. But Replit is bizarre. Replit's a company that you basically, in regular speech, tell it what you want, and it creates it, okay? But it creates an agent. An agent is something that works in the real world from your computer, okay? So you can have it make, I'm going to New York, I want reservations, I want to stay on a higher floor, I want a 3-star hotel, I want something midtown, I also want dinner every night at 8 o'clock, preferably at a 4-star restaurant. My likes are Indian and French, and I'd also like theater tickets for 2 nights. Make it. Yeah, and you go, right? And it comes back with an itinerary, say, you want it? And you input your credit card and pay. So that's like infancy,
yeah,
right? So the owner of Replit, he told the story. His 10-year-old, right, went on Replit and said, listen, I wanna make a lemonade stand, but I want to be able to take credit. Yeah, I want to take credit cards. So, but I also want to use my father's email list, and I want to tell all his clients, neighbors, friends that I'm doing this. And also, I don't want people standing in line, arrogantly. It's anyway. I don't want to have people standing in line. I want them to they can pick it up at 10:05, 10:10, 10:15, and it'll be picked up with their name on it. And I also will have I need to be able to take credit cards, and I need to make name labels, and I need to order cups and covers, and everything I need. And I want a full social media marketing.
Yeah.
20 minutes later, 2 weeks later, the kid was up in business, and he made like $2,000 the first week. So that's how you can monetize this thing.
So that inspired me and my daughter, who is 11, paints. And she said, Mom, I want to be able to show people my art. So we went on Lovable, which is similar to Replit. And we created a whole website for her in 10 minutes. We uploaded her art. People could commission art. It was live. It was 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy that an 11-year-old could do that.
Yeah. And the only thing that's stopping you is you have to have a conception of it. And it does take a little time to develop that conceptualization.
Yeah, and that's true. I think, again, like you say, humans are the people who stop it from happening. If you have a creative brain and you can think of ways to use it, my worry is with agents that people go on and just use it for shopping because they can't think of other use cases.
Right.
Which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you think about it critically, everyone has business uses that they can build an agent for that can make their lives way better. It's just having that thought.
Yeah, and then as it gets, just the input into like an EMR system or whatever it's going to be, that's still, you might need a techie guy, right?
Of course.
Techie woman.
Of course.
But after they teach it to me 3 times, I don't need them.
Yeah.
And that's where you're going to get really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it can do anything you want, which is really, really scary.
OpenAI brought out a new agent yesterday that I haven't got access to yet, and it's deep research and what was their agent before called? Operator converged, and it's open to everybody now. It's meant to be amazing, and what they're saying is it can even do the payment section. So you plug in your credit card details to it, and it will literally go on book flights, etc. Now there's a load of controversy around it because if you're giving it your card details, and people are saying actually I don't really want to do that. And Sam Altman himself went on air and said it's your risk if you do it.
Sure.
But it's interesting how the world is moving.
Yeah. I mean, there's another one called open evidence.
Yeah.
Right. So going back to what we said, a lot of doctors will tell you they're up to date on stuff, but I can tell you
they're not.
Open evidence, as studies are published, they upload, they do an upload every, I think, 60 seconds. So and it's not only just uploading, but it reads it. So the AI is learning in every single medical field. So I can go on there and say, I have a patient with, here are the labs. I could upload the labs. I could say, and I'd like a consultation. And then what I did with Claude, right, is I said, okay, I would like to develop a board of doctors, and this is who I'd like. And I took the hottest and greatest, based on whatever recommendations I used. This is the cardiologist I want to use. Okay, it's somebody that's published, maybe famous, that the AI can go to find his or her work and say that. And I want this is the neurologist, this is the dermatologist, and I have a whole team of doctors, right, that I've created.
Yeah.
Now I go in and I say, okay, here's the patient, here's the data, here's everything you need. Again, none of it is there's no personal information.
Of course.
Right? You go through and say, this is my case. This is what I'm thinking, right? And then one of the other uses, and as a segue, is when you come in, I use a virtual scribe. So that whole conversation is copied, it's transcribed, but it's also turned into a medical note. I don't write medical notes anymore.
That's right.
Everything is done for me. So I took all of that conversation, put it all in. I said, and I want you guys to argue with each other. I don't want you to go on to the next subject until we've solved question 1, question 2, question, and then at the end of this, I'd like an action list and summaries. And it's amazing. And what's amazing is then Claude Deep Dive prints out the whole transcript of the argument.
That's amazing.
I did the same thing with marketing. I had Steve Jobs. It's Brené Brown. I had Sam Altman on there. And just based on how they answer questions in their public mentality, now it's not them, but
it's trained on data.
Yes, amazing.
It really is. I like the fact that you use Claude. What makes you use Claude over the others? Because everybody always rags on about ChatGPT.
Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT, OpenAI is definitely, it's there. I think that the Google team, I think one of the lead guys that left Google, he's known as the godfather of AI.
Yeah.
And he said, I left not because they're not doing everything legitimate. I just don't feel it's fair to get a paycheck from somebody who I'm maybe talking about, good or bad. And I thought that, and he's an older gentleman. Yeah. I mean, Nobel laureate, right? So
Speaking in Vegas next month, and I really want to go, but I can't.
Great. I think his great great grandfather is who Mount Everest is named after. The family's out there, right?
Oh, you know this stuff.
So it's pretty wild that way. But he's basically saying that you need to you need to fundamentally think about the direction of what you're doing. And the fact that he felt that Claude was safer, I said, well, maybe let's try to use that. And I don't know. I mean, they're both good. I do like the presentation style of Claude.
Yeah.
It presents the data in a different way, and I do like that.
Yeah.
I think they're all good. I'm very tempted to go to Grok 4. It's just a little bit pricey.
Yeah. I
But
did start using it this week, actually. I don't think it's as good.
well, what it is everybody's going to be leapfrogging, right? Because Claude's coming out with something. OpenAI just came out with some. So right now Grok is apparently based on
It's been the best.
smartest,
Yeah.
right? But it's just, but like one guy, I heard a podcast and I don't remember his name, and he made a very valid point. He said, okay, there's a test, the humanities test,
Yeah.
it's called, right? And Grok 4 got 100, right? So he says, okay, so now what's the next test? Because if Grok 6 gets 100, so how do we make him smarter? How do we measure it, right? So it's
That's interesting.
and then when they're taking tests that no human can,
Yeah.
and they're blowing it out of the water,
Yeah.
who are we to test them? It's kind of like when you're smarter than your teacher.
That's it. Oh, it's so overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's overwhelming. Okay, so I know we're running out of time, so I want to go to the rapid fire round.
Rapid fire.
So this is a few questions. In fact, I'm going to do this because I've been dying to do it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I will ask the question, first answer that comes to mind. So what's the most mind-blowing result that AI has ever given you?
The 90 pages of SNPs on somebody's genomics that can actually change their life.
That is so cool. I'm going to be coming for that one day. If you could use AI to solve one problem in your practice, what would it be?
Probably billing and coding.
Ah.
Because again, at the end of the day, that's what's bringing money in.
Yeah.
And any error there is just costly. And you're also dealing with humans at the insurance.
Who are making mistakes.
So when it gets to the point where my billing is done by an AI speaking to an insurance AI,
Yeah.
there's not going to be a human argument.
Yes.
There's no, I told you this, I told you that. Oh, we lost it. It's going to be fluid. Now, part of that is there will be, and insurance fraud's a big thing worldwide. So there's not that's going to be removed, and that's going to be solved.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, what's the biggest misconception people have about AI in healthcare?
I think that it's two. One is that it's not helpful, and hopefully I put some light on the subject that it is really, really helpful, and that a doctor who will go up against is going to lose. Okay. And the other thing in healthcare is the people that work in healthcare. They think their jobs are safe. Radiologists, anesthesiologists, an anesthesiologist puts you on a ventilator, tells the surgeon go ahead, and then monitors your vitals. Okay. Your oxygen level, your blood pressure. Well, AI, and again, I could tell you and I could promise you, and nothing against anesthesiologists, they do not stare at the screen.
No.
Some of them are reading, some of them are looking at podcasts. I've had guys.
Really?
I've had guys bring in, practice their golf swing. I mean, it's just human nature, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not on an island. I've never been in an island. So
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I don't even buy any of these guys. But I've been in the operating room over my career thousands of times. So the AI, it can basically monitor things microsecond by microsecond.
And it won't miss anything.
It won't miss anything. So it can monitor 3, 4, 5 at the same time and act immediately, right? Based on algorithms. That's all the anesthesiologists. So they're in trouble. Radiologists, we've already said, Google Optics can read any film better than any human.
Yeah.
Not because they're smarter, they are, but not because they're smarter. They can see things that human eyes can't see.
Yeah.
Because just we're basically we're substandard when it comes to optics. You can a camera can see so much better than the human eye.
Yeah.
Right?
What would you say to these professionals then? What do you think you would say to them to secure them for the future?
Start using AI And really, I mean, certain subspecialties, start thinking of what the afterlife looks like, because it's going to be, if you're not in direct patient contact, pathologists, radiologists, anesthesiologists, sort of, psychiatrists, okay, they're going to be pushed to the wayside. And it's not from a societal standpoint. The insurance company, because again, once that study came out that showed AI was better than any doctor, which is, it's done, you can look it up. Now the insurance company is going to say, hey, listen, we charge you $1,500 a month for insurance. We'll give you a 30% break, but you have to speak to an AI. If the AI says you don't need to go to
you don't need to go.
You don't go to the hospital. And if you go, we're not covering you, right? Patients still are tired of paying so much for insurance. They're going to sign up. Everybody know. The insurance companies that are in big pharma run the world. Right? Yeah. So these things are going to happen, and they're going to push those guys out. There's really no reason to be paying a radiologist $75 to read a film when Google can do it 10 times faster, 10 times better, and 10 times, and once you pay the system off, it's free.
That's really interesting. So take heed, people. Don't be training in those areas.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think people that are going down those roads now, the doctors, the ER doctors, surgeons, neurosurgeons, brain surgeons, we're not there.
Yeah.
I mean, now, in theory, I mean, robotics, you have robotic surgery. Could an AI do better? There is a part of the Da Vinci robot where, you know, we get older, we start getting a little bit of a tremor.
Yeah.
Right? It can correct up to like a 3 millimeter tremor and make that scalpel tight. So if the guy has a little bit of a tremor like this, it just stops it. So it's extending the life of the surgeon, which is a great thing, you know, making him longer. Yeah. So
but that don't need it.
Why even need that?
Yeah.
If they can have ultrasound guided, you know, exact measurements. Now, I'm going to be the first guy to sign up for surgery? No. But after they do 1 million of them, oh, good.
Oh, I love it. Okay, hey Jen for medical content. Is it genius or gimmicky?
Yeah. It's gimmicky, like I said, but it is a way of getting out information. I can go on Hey Jen, and again, I'm going to start next week, probably using Google VO3. And if it's as clean and concise as you say it is, and I think it is, well, the beautiful thing there is I can make my video and then send it out in Tagalog for Filipinos, Spanish.
Yeah.
I could send it to you know, Afrikaans. I could do any language.
Yeah.
You know, then you're submitting, you know, data of information to the worldwide population, people, and it can help people that aren't getting that.
I love Hey Jen. I, for one, love it.
It's fun.
It's fun. I've done keynote speeches in it. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's like you say, if you want to get the information out there, it's a way of doing it.
The biggest problem is every day there's another.
There is. It's trying to keep up. Yeah. It is trying to keep up. Okay, what's one AI tool that every small business owner should be using?
I mean, I think something along the lines of a receptionist is probably an easy thing. It's inexpensive, and it does, you know, give you really, really good data. And then, you know, it depends on each field. I mean, if you go into any airport now, there's no more waiters and waitresses. You order it, and somebody brings you food.
And soon it won't be a person bringing it.
No, I mean, if you've never been in an Amazon store, you swipe the credit card, you walk in. Makes you feel like you're shoplifting.
Yeah.
And you just walk out, and you
paid. I went to one last year I was at an AI conference in New York at the Javits Center, and they have them there. And it's a.
And I can tell you, like local, right? You have all the supermarkets, you know, Rally's and Kirk's and Foster's. Well, in the United States, they're almost 99%, except for holidays, they're all self-checkout. And I hate it because I'm like, well, you're not paying a big staff. Do I get 5% off? Yeah. So you say, okay, well, that's going to come here, which is going to be a big hit to these guys. Plus, in Louisiana, where I lived, in New Orleans, you go to a supermarket and it's circa 1950. They have a young guy or a girl there, and they bag it for you, and they carry it to your car, put it in your trunk.
Wow.
And usually, you know, it's from $1, but it's and they're, you know, polite and thank you.
What love service?
And yeah. So you say, well, okay, well, maybe let the AI do the checkout, but the human touch and the concierge service. Right, I don't mind that.
And we'll never lose that, I don't think. Like you say, for high end, people still want that high end service.
Yeah. If the people that are checking bags and stuff now, I say, you know what, I'm going to bag it, but I'm actually going to bring it out to your car or deliver it, right? I mean, I know in my home in New Jersey, Whole Foods, that's it. I've never stepped into a Whole Foods. They deliver twice a week.
Yeah. I saw yesterday actually that Foster's have brought out some digital tags at their store at Commander Bay, and it said it was real-time pricing, and I wanted to find out because I think that might be AI driven based upon sell by date.
Sell by date and things like that. Yeah, absolutely. But like I said, it's the front end. Yeah, no, and they're so much faster. I mean, if you could walk through Foster's and never have to go to the cashier, and they know what you've taken off the shelf. Now, will there be errors? Yeah, because you got a kid in the buggy and he grabs something. And, there's an error, but the reality is not much.
If it's charging me less, that's what I can say. And get out quicker, yeah. Okay, cool. So what's the weirdest question a patient has ever asked you about AI?
Is it real? Is any of this real? And I'm like, yeah, it's coming. Tsunami. It's just it's real and play with it.
I actually love that description. There is a tsunami.
Yeah, oh, it is. It's a tsunami. I mean, and again, it's silly. My father's 83. He's on Claude. He's on ChatGPT. He uses it for all kinds of stuff. I mean, not just hey, what's the capital of Denmark? No. It's like he checks his medication. Doctor has a medication. He checks if it really is indicative. Is it indicated? And is it going to cause a problem with the other side?
He needs to speak to my dad because I can't get into his at all. And he's 73. So, okay, 5 years from now, will AI be running most medical practices? What's your take on it? See?
You're going to have the only part of the medical practice, surgical and physical, is going to be a bit different. Although you can go get, in Manhattan, I know in California, I think Miami too, you can get a robot massage, right? So if you say, if they got robots massaging you, physical therapy's next.
Yeah, it is.
Right? So, but the human touch, but again, how much of the human touch, next time you go to like we're in Harbour, but you go to another doctor, are they spending more than 6 or 10 minutes with you? Are they actually listening to you? Are you having a human interaction? And that's going to be the Voltaire had it right, amuse the patient while nature and AI.
What percentage of doctors on the island are using AI, do you think? Are there, obviously you don't have to name anybody out, but are there clinics that are way ahead and clinics that are way behind?
I honestly, I don't know. The doctors that I know are minimal using it.
Really?
I don't know if there's other docs that are as enthusiastic as I am.
Do you think that's because we're on a small island, or do you think that's a global thing?
Again, I think some of it is, doctors like every other field, we're busy, right? And I don't play pickleball.
Yeah.
I don't go, and it's not because I don't exercise and work out. It's a stupid shit. A lot of people are gonna be like, pickleball's real. But the reality is, I think that this is time consuming. 20% of my awake time is AI related.
So true.
Because you take a weekend off, you come back, and you go,
the world has changed.
What happened?
The world has changed. I was saying this yesterday. I spend at least 5 hours a day on AI still. In between work and life and children and marriages and everything else. I'll probably end up getting divorced, but hey ho. Okay, so the final question. What's one AI implementation that's failed spectacularly for you, if there's any?
I think, and again, I think failed now, but not necessarily getting there. I think that it's still, I think it can do exactly what it's meant to do, and I think expectations. I think that's the biggest thing. It's not, again, it's human error. What is your expectations that this is going to actually perform for us? There have been, I haven't had many, but I know a lot of people have the what do they call it? The AI dreaming, or the AI where it just goes off in a hallucination. I haven't really had that. Now I do I mean, I review everything that is put in front of me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the buck stops with me.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any, growth mistakes. Yeah, there's a couple, but usually if you go through your prompt, your engineered prompt, something's probably, you may have put a comma in the wrong place or something. Let's have grandma for dinner kind of. If it's not a comma, it sounds bad, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's more human expectations. But, and again, I truly feel like, even though I really feel I'm cutting edge, I still don't feel like I'm using it to full potential.
I don't believe anybody in the world is, even the people like Sam Altman or, because we don't know what it can do. And that's the crazy thing. Even the people building it don't know the extent of what it can do. But you are way ahead of the field in here, and that's amazing.
I try. It's, I don't know. I think, I mean, I'm, if all goes well, I got, 15 years left, maybe 10 years left.
But you're only 21.
Yeah. It's again, but the reality is that, I can't imagine any field, but medicine is, 5 years, 10, 15 years from now, I've always said in my career, I wanted to be like Star Trek, where the guy goes, I think I'm gonna see.
It's gonna come true.
It's between wearables and everything else,
It's gonna come true. Well, thank you so much. I've actually had so much fun doing this. It's been brilliant. Any last messages for the viewers?
No, I mean, if you don't know what it is, ChatGPT or Claude or any of these things, just literally type it into a Google search, ChatGPT, and ask it a stupid question, and let it amuse you. I mean, of course, it can make pictures, it can make videos, but start. I mean, and then your kids, have them stop looking at their iPad.
Yeah.
And start working on something AI driven, despite their age. I mean, it's literally, if they can read, and the biggest fail with AI is the implementation in schools.
That's true.
We are training kids that for jobs that are not going to be there, and we're going to have a whole multi-generation of failures.
That's true. That's true.
Complete utter failures, because the whole thing. What do you want to be when you grow up?
It doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. That's really true. And where can people find you? Just
Grand Harbour Medical, right behind. I always like, but right behind the pharmacy, Hurley Shopping Center. We have a good amount of signage out there.
Yeah.
And Grand Harbour Medical with a U. We do it that British way. Grand Harbour Medical.
Proper English.
And always give us a call. Talk to my AI as of tomorrow. As of tomorrow, 19th or so, or even maybe Monday. So the 20th, you could talk to Wendy. And if nothing else, even if you don't make an appointment.
Yeah, just give her a call.
Just give her a call.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.